Hello everybody, how are you feeling? Yeah, I can hear you, nice. We'd like to thank you and welcome you to this Paradox and DreamHack War of the Roses tournament. We have a $5,000 prize pool and also some nice headsets from Plantronics. What this means is we give back to the normal gamers at DreamHack to be able to win great prizes. None of the superstars are in this game, but we hope that these players are going to be the first superstars, as this is the first tournament of this brand new game. We have two great teams here today. We have Notorious. Do we have anybody in the crowd rooting for Notorious? Got a nice fan crowd here. What about the other team, Donors by Heart? No home crowd advantage here. Okay, we're gonna do a quick presentation of the team. So we're gonna start with Donors by Heart. Welcome them in. Big round of applause. So we have the team captain here, Troy. Welcome, man. How are you feeling?
Good.
Nice. How has the tournament been treating you so far?
It's been pretty good. I didn't expect it week to go well. It's hard to. Well, it's pretty hard. Well,
you did not expect to get to DreamHack and win $5,000, did you?
No, I was just like, let's just go and let's just hope we get this far. And
yeah. What about your strategy? Do you have something really nice prepared, or you just go with your own individual skill?
Yeah. Well, we just go with we just use a lot of communication, and that's the most important thing, I think. And yeah, team play basically.
Yeah. Well, like with this game being brand new, what do you like with the game the most?
Well, the gameplay, and I noticed after the match against GCA in the semis, it was a lot about team play and communication, and that was the most intriguing part about it.
Okay. Troy, not going to hold you anymore. You're going to go over there, set up. Give a nice big round of applause to Troy. Good luck, Troy. So, our other team here today is Notorious. Let me hear it for Notorious! And we have the team captain, Lust. Come here, man. Oh, personal fan crowd. Here you go. So, how does it feel to be here on the big stage?
Incredible! It's amazing.
Oh, he's pumped up. I've been hearing you had some pretty mad results in the tournament, going up 80 kills or something.
We've been comfortable so far, and we're confident going into the final.
Oh, cocky guy.
No, well, measured.
No. What about your strategy? Is it something prepared, or is it just go with the flow?
We don't want to give away too much, but we're very confident in our game plan, and hopefully we'll see that through as we have done in the other games.
Okay. So if I'm going to give the same question to you, what is your favorite part of this brand new game?
Well, I love the the skill focus of the melee mechanics, and bandaging is cool. And I'm really happy to see a game like this being played competitively at DreamHack. It's great.
Oh, let's hear it for Lust. Good luck, man. So in a couple of moments, we're going to jump into the game. But first, I would like to introduce our commentators, Mr. Redeye and Mr. Jassy. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Milton. Thank you. And yeah, it is the War of the Roses $5,000 DreamHack Tournament. I am so excited by this final. We saw some fantastic matchups yesterday. Alongside me is Mikael, the producer of the game. So it's a real thrill to have you on board.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for being with us and taking us
you.
through the game. We're going to bring you the final. It will be between Notorious and DBH. These two came through a semi-final yesterday. Fairly straightforwardly, actually, for Notorious. But DBH had a really great game against GCA, who were up by 7 at one point and ended up losing by, well, 4 or 5 frags in the end. So a really, really good semi-final. Are you expecting the final to be just as good?
It better be tight. I'm expecting really good things from both teams.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Let's hope it's a good one. I'm sure it will be. As we go through this, we'll also introduce you, for those of you viewing at home all around the world, a little bit about War of the Roses. And don't forget, ladies and gents, this is an alpha build. I actually find it quite incredible this is an alpha build when you see it, because it's not the kind of alpha build that you'd usually expect to see. So we'll take you through the game. We'll talk to you about the game plan, about the weaponry, and about the system, and about all of the clothing that's been worn, the chainmail and the cloth and the leather and what have you. And hopefully you'll have a much better idea about War of the Roses at the end of this hour or so. We're going to give you a best of 3. So first to win 2 maps will be the champion, and we'll take home all $5,000. It is a winner takes all. After all, historically, back in 1461, it was winner take all. You won the crown or you didn't, and you went home. So that's how it is here as well. On top of that, we've got some Plantronics 380 headsets to give to the runners-up, and some 787.1s from Plantronics to give to the winners as well. So some great prizes involved. As we go through that first map, it's 15 minutes, and then we'll have a 3-minute break in between of the map, and then come back with the second map. And there's also something else special I want to talk to you a little bit about. If this ends up being quite a quick match, we're going to try and squeeze in something at the end. So don't go away if the match has ended and tune out, because otherwise you'll miss a world exclusive. Because we've got Paradox and Fat Shark here, we thought we'll play them a little bit and try and get a bit more out of them. So we're going to do something very special. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but trust me, it's going to be absolutely awesome, and it's going to be a world first. I'm really excited by it as well.
Definitely.
Not just the final, but by the extras too.
Make some nastiness on the server,
Indeed,
maybe, huh?
yeah. So, yeah, we are, I think we're just waiting to get into this first map. So, why don't we drop into that, and I'll fill you in on a little bit of history whilst Mikhail gets us into the game. This is the War of the Roses. For you, if you aren't familiar, it was a battle for the crown of England and Wales back in the 15th century. It actually ran from around 1455 through to 1485, and for a 30-year period actually had 6 different kings that ran the country, one of which was about 5 years old, so he didn't stand much chance of holding the old broadsword and swinging that around. Needless to say, he didn't stay on the throne very long and was deposed. So it's a really bitter rivalry between the Lancastrians and the Yorks, and that rivalry still goes on today, incredibly, in cricket. I know that's a very English game and not many people in Sweden or Scandinavia play it, but the War of the Roses cricket match is still something played between Lancashire and Yorkshire, 2 counties in the UK. So a lot of history involved. It's a fantastic period of time. If you've watched Game of Thrones, for instance, then you'll kind of get the idea behind the weaponry. There's lots of broadswords, there's some huge swords, there's some medium swords, there's some bow and arrows involved as well, and Mikhail will introduce you to all of the different weaponry as we see it on the players. It's 5v5, and it is literally team deathmatch, 15 minutes, high score wins. There is a little twist, though. If they end up being tied at the end of the 15 minutes, we have our version of a medieval shootout. 2 knights go head-to-head. The 2 captains will go head-to-head to the death. I almost want there to be a draw, but we'll see. I have an idea that there's a certain favourite in the
that would be incredible,
teams,
yeah.
but we'll see how it goes. So we are ready to drop you into the game. Yep. We've got around about 2.5 minutes of the warm-up still remaining, and once we drop you in, we can show you some of the gorgeous graphics that are in this particular map. The map we'll be playing is Mortimer's Cross. This particular battle took place on the 2nd of February, 1461, for the historian buffs of you out there. And I know there are a few of you. And was a battle that actually featured the Tudors, who would eventually go on, of course, to unite the 2 houses in 1485 and start the reign of the Tudors, which also gave us, unfortunately, Henry VIII. Wasn't all good. So we are into the game, as you can see on your screen. We're just in the warm-up right now, and this strange man that you can see on your screen is actually controlled by Mikhail. He's our peasant runner. There won't be any peasants on either of the 2 teams, but obviously back in 1461 they didn't have cameras, they didn't have technology. They had peasants reporting on the war, and so we thought, you know, just to keep it realistic, we'll do the same thing. We'll have a peasant. Just to make sure that everyone in the server knows who he is, there's a great big Fat Shark logo, which obviously isn't medieval, on the shield. Now, I should warn you, this peasant has a rather tasty crossbow, which does an awful lot of damage. As you can see, Mikhail is just reloading it right now.
Oh.
Well, actually failing to reload it right now.
Take the slow way.
We'll take the slow way of doing it. And so the crossbow is actually very super powerful, does a lot of damage. And the reason he's got that is that although he's the referee, if the players decide that they're going to pick on him and try and kill the ref, then I think that crossbow might end up coming out. And you'll end up losing a life. So they won't attack.
Kill me.
Hopefully won't attack the referee. I said yesterday, jokingly, but I'm actually quite serious now, wouldn't it be great to have one of these crossbows for the referees in football? I don't think you'd ever see us sending off, would you?
No, that nobody would do anything.
So 30 seconds to go, and we will get the grand final of the War of the Roses DreamHack Tournament, the first ever tournament for this particular game. And as I said to you earlier, it is still in alpha build, so to have it this early on and be able to see it in all its glory, and look just how good it looks right now as an alpha build. Imagine what it's going to look like when it gets released. It's going to be fantastic. Right then, 5 seconds. One last cheer for your two teams. It's DBH versus Notorious.
Good luck, guys.
So, the Yorks versus the Lancastrians. Notorious versus Donors by Heart. And about to get underway in Mortimer's Cross for map number 1 of the War of the Roses DreamHack Tournament 2012. The first chance ever to be crowned the champions of War of the Roses. And so here we go then, having spawned in. And we'll start off on the York side. They've all busy sprinted off, so we'll have to catch them up a little bit. And as you can see, they'll make their way through the river. There's a few familiar points on this particular map that will point you towards as we come across. But generally speaking, the 5 men on each side will make their way towards the market square inside Mortimer's Cross on the other side of the river, where our referee is just approaching now. Interestingly as well, looks like they've started off with a couple of archers. So let's see how that works.
Going into the barn house early on.
Yep. Don't stand in front of them, Mikko. You did that yesterday.
Oh, no, I won't get in the way. And if I do, they'll kill me.
Yeah, I think these guys will. So here we go then. So they're in the marketplace right now. You see the barns on the left-hand side. You'll see there's an archer on the top of the walkway. Actually, there's a pair of them up there, so that'll have to be a battle with one man with that long sword who's just gone up the ladder to the left-hand side. It's quite split so far, although what have we got here? Into the brown grass they go. This is just off the main spawn from the Lancastrians, who've made their way up to the mound. It's a so-called mushroom mound. You'll see why when we go up there. Just a few arrows being exchanged so far, but no real fighting. Here we go then. First fight of the day has ended in a bludgeoning down there as Donors by Heart pick up that first kill. First blood to them in the Battle of Mortimer's Cross. And short-range archery there. That's going to be... It's going to have to be very careful indeed, but, well, Notorious have run away, so...
Oh, a little bandaging going on behind the tree, huh?
Had to as well. So just pop up onto the mound, and you'll see why it's called the Mushroom Mound. There are some toadstools in the middle of it. The rumours of superpowers are wide of the mark, by the way. You don't get any superpowers, it's all in the mind. That's right, isn't it?
It's a placebo effect, but it'll be good for dueling if you stand there.
Indeed. So... Just starting to take control of that mound, actually, the DBH team. Have now managed to isolate one player. A Knight comes to the rescue for him to survive, though, and that was Lust down there. Deadly with that huge broadsword yesterday, and he's going to have to run away from there. Did get sliced on the way through, and manages to get away, and he'll get a bandage on that. And it's been a very tight affair so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, just 1 kill so far.
Some defense going on with that sword. You can see he's put it in the upright position. And now 2v1 is not going to happen. That second kill will come in from Emo. And the favourites have found themselves 2-0 down early on. Lust trying to change that round quickly. They might have isolated an archer here, and this could be curtains. Streaming into that mushroom mound area. And now trying to back away. There's 2 men there trying to finish off the one guy. And his 2 teammates kind of thought that they were leaving him alone to die, but have finally come back towards him. One archer is isolated, and surely this is going to be a kill for Notorious, but no. 2 more go on the board for DBH. So 3-0 the scoreline. And Notorious haven't got a kill yet. Wow.
Oh, this could be the first one.
Yeah, this could, but I think it should be as well. And are we going to get an execution? We haven't seen any so far. Just to let you know at home as well, if you manage to strike one of these players down by taking away and they bleed out, they will just be laying on the floor. You can then heal them and get them back into the game, or you can finish them off with an execution.
Yeah, you can't have them revive sometimes. You need to finish them off.
So unless it's an insta-kill, you can actually revive back. Likewise, you can also finish them off as well. It looks quite spectacular when we see the odd execution, so hopefully we'll see a couple of those. It's very cagey. Very, very cagey indeed.
Oh, no.
Missed his opportunity there, came storming in with that sword, was about to wield it, and instead missed the shot while he was bandaging. So that would have been awesome. There's a couple of kills there from Emo at the top. Hubble comes back in with one. That didn't quite register, didn't finish him off though. And with 10 minutes 22 to go, this is a very low score, I have to say. Very low score indeed. Might get a good battle here though. Looks fairly even in terms of personnel. And the hacking and slashing has begun. There's a couple of archers who are in a little bit of trouble. They've had to run away and get bandaged as well. Now there's a man isolated down here. Is Emo. Surely he's going down. No, strikes out with a stunning shot with the blade. And picks himself up a frag. 4-0. And that was really well done from Emo because he really shouldn't have won that battle 2v1.
Oh, wow.
So,
little shooting from Dandita going on.
Yeah, Archer down by the river here. I don't think he's been spotted just yet. And he's just trying to chip in with some damage alongside the men fighting with the swords. And you can see they're trying desperately to isolate a single player at a time and gang up on him. 2 versus 1. There's another bludgeoning, and he's going to beg for his life and return back to spawn. It's 5-0 right now. And DBH are ahead by 5 already. And I'm mildly surprised by that. Notorious were
Notorious
really
needs to bring it up
yesterday.
now.
Just shows you, it's still anyone's game. So, sword-to-sword action in the river. It's really, really good as well. Sword-to-sword. So, had to back away from that.
Oh, yeah, got to get out of the way.
Yeah. Water seems to be a popular area for the fights right now. So a couple of knights going head-to-head here. There's a 1v1 taking place. Hubble's going to win that one.
Oh, there we go. First kill for Notorious.
His kill on the board. Well done, Hubble. And another man struck down there. 5-2. Suddenly there's a little bit of a comeback from Notorious here. And they're getting isolated, the DBH players, in 1 versus 1. And,
Lust retreating the bandage.
Went for the bandage. Risky bandage. It takes 5 seconds to heal up. So unusual. May have just been a ploy to try and drag him in. Oh, that's fantastic. Struck right across the torso. And that'll be 6-3. A little bit of a comeback from Notorious. As I said, they're just starting to isolate their players now. 1 versus 1. And
Back
with
up to
some
the
backup
mushroom
from the
mound.
archers. They've got 2 of those archers right now. So 2 on each side.
Oh, he finishes bandage just in time.
Just about survived that one, didn't he? And yeah, Archer coming under attack, so he's defended by the
Couple more
knights
rolls
in
on
the
the
middle.
shield.
It's very, very close.
Oh, shield
indeed.
goes down on Emo.
Shield's gone, so Emo's going to have to run for his life here. Stand in the magic circle by the mushrooms, but that's not really going to help him too much. Oh, tried to surprise him by coming around the side of the stone. And can he get the kill? Can't quite get the kill. It's now 1 versus 1. And
face shot.
he's
Emo's
gonna
in
have to
control.
run away. He's not going to
shield's
shield
back.
now either. Tries to bandage on the side of the hill. That's not going to work either. A slice through the stomach. Is he going to get a kill?
He's
Yes,
down.
he is going to get the kill. Well played, Emo again. 7-4. And the gap goes back up to 3 with 7 minutes remaining. Haven't really had a chance to talk too much about the weaponry, Mikko.
No, very tense game so far.
Yeah, quite a tense game, quite close. But hopefully we'll get a chance to talk through the different loadouts for each of these players.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'm trying to get out of the way here,
we
but you're
can get out of the
getting
way
beaten to
first.
death. So I think you might have to bandage now. And there's another one. So 8-4. DBH doing a fantastic job.
The peasant referee is going to bandage up for a
Yeah,
second
I think
here.
you need to.
Don't want blood all over the screen. There we go.
All height healed again as Another man drops to his death at the rock, and they've got him on the run a little bit here.
Oh,
down
there we
into
go.
the river. It's actually a 3 versus 2, so Notorious
Slaughter
need to
those
get out of
archers.
there. Somehow I've ended up with a 2 versus 1, but they actually had 3 men down there, DBH. They really should have won that. And instead, they're now going to lose out on
there we
another
go.
kill. That's a lovely chase, a lovely strike with that broadsword, and the gap comes down to just a single frag now, 8-7. And remember what we said earlier on, as we head over to the Jimi Hendrix Tower.
Yes, the
The
watchtower.
watchtower. You'll get that if you like music. We have under 6 minutes remaining. If it ends in a draw, we will have a 1 versus 1 winner-takes-all playoff between the 2 captains as knights. So, on the back of the
Lust
secondary
being double
village here,
teamed.
as Notorious is going to get, Lust is going to get himself into a lot of trouble. That gap goes back up to 9-7. Very, very close though. If they get isolated down in this river, DBH, then they'll be in trouble. But now they've got a 3 versus 1. Surely this is going to be another one on the board.
Oh, spawn in on squad captain.
Oh, look, tries to bandage on the edge of the tree. Wasn't able to complete that bandaging, and surely is going to go down under a swooshing sword from DBH. They've got 3 men down in that river area. As we switch over to
Lust
Hubble,
with the kill.
and picks up the equalising kill. There's another barrel going down on the river though, and they are going to take that man down. And Notorious go into the lead by 10-9 now, with 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. Somehow Notorious have clawed their way back in as they've switched over to double archer now on that mushroom.
Oh, we got a
But
nice
now
little
we've got a bit of a
standoff going on.
standoff now between the 2 teams because it's so close. 4:38 remaining. 10-9 the score. Notorious just picking up that last
DBH
kill to
bravely
take
going up the
lead.
hill.
3 men defending that hill. They thought this would happen if it was so close. You've got that kind of standoff. This is exactly what would have happened in medieval times. They wouldn't have wanted to commit too many men at the same time, waiting for either side to show their hand. And now we've got a push from DBH. They are the people that need to
Cautiously
attack.
going up.
They're now trying to attack this mound. One man at the top of the mound takes the first strike, gets a really clean blow in on that broadsword right through the midriff as well, but has to run away. And Notorious now just, well, trying to get them back in there, but the equalising kill comes in. There were 2 men right on the edge of the mound, and they've taken out, I don't see who that was actually in my screen. I think that was Hubble down there who got taken out, and we're tied up at 10-all with 3 minutes and 45 remaining. Another battle breaks up on the mound again. Lost here, trying to make his way around the far side. Has got himself a 1 versus 1 here, and here we go then. Couple of good strikes. That was a strike against sword versus sword. He's got some backup here, and that's
Chasing
why
down
the
the river.
DBH players had to try and make a run for it. Got some backup
Get
here
that
from,
archer.
an archer in the river, but he's not got a great weapon. I think that was just a dagger he had
Well,
in
he's
his
just
hand.
got a short sword and a targe and chainmail on.
So vulnerable. Just the 1 in it. 11-10. Very, very close game indeed. As look at that. Struck through with that sword. And Notorious now starting to make their presence felt here. 12-10. Make that 12-11 though. An immediate strike back from DBH. They've got a little bit of trouble with 2 of them around this house. And it's a 2 versus 2, but it's actually a 3 versus 2. Notorious have a chance here to extend their lead. And they will take 1 down. Can they get the second? He's now on the run. He's got to sprint like Usain Bolt at the Olympics to get out of there. And Notorious have managed to bring the gap of 2 to the lead. And it's 13-11. There's a man just laying down to the far-hand side behind the Jimi Hendrix Tower who is waiting to be revived, and I'm not sure Notorious have seen him.
What do we have here?
Well,
Hybrid coming in.
another
and
man
Emo.
coming around the far side, and they've now, sliced his own teammate. That was poor.
Only a couple
13-11
damage, nothing to
now.
worry about.
Shield
Emo-
drops down,
Hybrid's down.
14-11. And Notorious now just starting to stretch their
shield
legs.
in the
That's
camera.
brilliant. Fantastic team play, really ganged up on them down there. And have now got a 4-kill lead.
15-11.
And DBH surely now can't
Looks
come
like the
back
sword
from this.
broke, and now he's back to his horseman's hammer as his backup weapon. Plus, Lust is bleeding to death.
So 3 the difference, 15-12. Last 90 seconds or so remaining here. And, well, DBH have led this game for so long. But in the last few minutes, Notorious have just pulled out some fantastic gameplay, some fantastic team play, and now have a 4-kill lead with Hydro just sitting in the water appropriately. And I think map 1 is going the way of the favourites. Look at that.
17-12 now.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And Oliver gets a double in there. Brilliant. Tries the bandage. Can he get the triple?
Archer
this would be
versus
amazing.
Knight.
He's had a couple of shots already. All he's got to do is hit it probably once. There's a spawn onto the captain as well, and that's meant he's got to run for his life now. But that was fantastic play from Oliver. He might just go down here and is going to try and battle bravely against 2 of them on the side of the mound. Already picked himself up 2 kills. And Oliver, brilliant from him.
Being chased by Hybrid.
Absolutely fantastic piece of play. Last 30 seconds. Oh, I saw a lot of blood coming from him. He might just be on his last legs here. He's defending for all his life. The slicing and hacking. All he's got to do now is blow him over, surely. But somehow Oliver still survives and manages to get away with it. Brilliant. Fantastic play. 19-12 then. Last 15 seconds. And they're on the retreat right now, back to the churchyard. And as well they might be, because it's Notorious who are going to take map 1. Last 5 seconds, and Notorious do take map 1. 19-12. 20-12.
Good
right
job.
at the end.
Good
Got
game.
one last kill. And well played. Notorious. Really good comeback there, Mikhail, because
great stuff.
DBH were really good early on. They had that nice little lead, got a couple of early kills, built it up to 5 or 6 in the lead. And just looked Notorious were a little bit out of sorts there, but maybe they were just sandbagging.
They're just trying to surprise them, come back out of nowhere, and then boom, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, indeed. So we've got a couple of minutes now to talk to you a little bit about the game. In between the 2 games, we've got a 2-minute 45 break remaining until we get back into map 2. Remember, this is best of 3 for the $5,000 prize. And so talk to me a little bit about the loadouts, about the different weaponry and the different character sets that you've got here for DreamHack.
I've got them on screen right now.
Yeah, so why don't we drop you into the screen and we'll show you those loadouts.
With the exception of the referee.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't do that right now. But anyway, take us through it vocally.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So we don't have any classes in the game, but we decided to make some kits for the players and balance them appropriately. So the first kit that we have is the longbowman, and he's got chainmail
My
on.
favorite.
Yeah, your favorite, because you're a sniper or a camper or something like that. But he's got a longbow. It's really good for long-range combat, and then also a targe and then a short sword. So not too weak in the melee department, but could do a little bit better. Then we have the second kit, which is the bastard sword or long sword. Very good for face smacking, as I like to do.
That.
Lots of headshots with the
for
sword.
smacking.
Good for insta-killing. And then you have the steel shield, can withstand about 5 to 6 blows.
Yep. And then you have the sort of medium knight build of the poleaxe and the hammer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a favorite of DreamHack right now. It's got a very complicated weapon to use, very powerful, has stunning power as well. So you can trip somebody if you strike their legs with it, or to the head, and they'll kind of get stunned for a little bit. But you need to be very precise with the mace, the horseman's hammer, and the poleaxe, because you can only strike with the head of the weapon.
Absolutely, and that's kind of where I fell over a bit yesterday when I was using the mace, was that I was sort of hitting people with the wood of the stick, and that wasn't really doing much damage.
But
it was
our
like
lead programmer, Robin, he's exceptional with the poleaxe. I mean, you cannot take him down. He's incredible.
I might have to try that next week.
Yeah, it's once you get a hold of it, it's great. And then we also put the ye old traditional sort of full plate guy.
Sir Galahad.
Yeah, and you can't say no to a guy like this. Full plate, very good protection against penetration.
Yep.
The armor, you have to break through it first to cause damage, and then the armor absorbs some of the damage, and then that's what you get.
And he has, I've called it a broadsword a couple of times, but it's actually a Scottish sword.
Yeah, Scottish sword.
Yeah, Scottish steel, and a horseman's hammer as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's a difficult weapon to use, but if you hit somebody on the head with full power, you have a chance to stun.
Yep.
So kind of tricky, but it's a good backup when your weapon breaks, and we actually did see that when they were playing.
Yes.
I forget who it was, but it was blocking so many times with his sword that it broke.
Yes, it was
and then he had to use his horseman's hammer as a backup. And if that breaks, you have your dagger.
Yes.
That one doesn't break, and you can always shank somebody. So
it's like your last resort.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
then, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into the second map then, so let's drop you into the game. For map number 2, Notorious versus DBH. Notorious leading by 1 map to 0. So our second map then, Notorious just needing the 1 map to claim the $5,000 prize. And of course the superb 7.1 surround sound Plantronics Gamecom 780s as well. And luckily for the runners-up, we'll give them some Plantronics 380s too. So some great prizes alongside the money. I think, just as a personal aside, I don't think I've ever commentated on an alpha tournament before, and I've certainly never seen $5,000 given away in prize money for an alpha tournament.
Yeah,
so, you know,
first
big up
for
for
everything.
Paradox and for Fat Shark to put that sort of thing together. I think that's fantastic.
We're just waiting for one of the other players to join on the Lancastrian side right now.
Gives me
Okay, now the refs can come in. I'm coming in.
It does give me a chance to potentially get back into the game on my screen as well, so just get the overlay. So, yeah, you can see it on the screen. The 15-minute game has begun. And we'll make our way towards that market square again. As you see, there's a bridge over the river. I think it was the River Lug, but I might need some sort of historian lesson to correct me on that one, but it may well be the River Lug, which was part of Mortimer's Cross. It was a battle that took place, as I said earlier on the 2nd of February 1461. It was a real key battle as well, as it featured two future kings of England, Edward and Henry, going head-to-head. Neither of them knew at the time that they were going to be kings of England, I'm sure.
Looks like there's a lot of positioning going on early on, trying to find the best place to hold up.
Yeah, last time around we saw the archers versus the archers go through the barn.
Oh, first shot fired.
Wow. There was
by Hybrid.
Yeah. So we're inside the barnyard, and the bludgeoning has begun. And the shots fired from that longbow has also begun as well. He was just checking out you, I think.
Yeah, well, Lust landed on my head momentarily.
So, yeah, we are.
Looks like there's some action going on in the field. We're going to follow it.
Underway here. And the long brown grass just leading out of the church. We haven't seen anything of the church so far. It's just to the right-hand side
kind of
we
over
see
here
behind us. It's a beautifully rendered church, but nevertheless hasn't featured any fighting, which does mean, of course, that it's fairly even in terms of the way the sides are lined up, because if you get a lot of fighting towards the church, that's the spawn area.
Yeah.
So it generally means that the one team is dominating the others, whereas we've not seen that between these two in the final, which is great to see. A little bit of positioning, as you said earlier on, just outside that barn.
Looks like we have two kills, 1-1 so far.
He's 1 for 1. Hubble's picked himself up one, and Troy the other one.
Oh, Lust is going after a poleaxe man, downed him.
Yeah, that was Troy just being dropped down outside the entrance to the barn. And that'll give them the lead 2-1. That'll make it 3-1.
Dandita
Just
goes down.
absolutely sliced through. That's a perfect example of how to run and swing the sword to produce a fantastic kill.
Oh, some poleaxe usage going on. This is great.
Yeah, let's see if we can follow now on that poleaxe.
They might have been
As you said
inspired by the
earlier on,
commentary.
it's a super powerful weapon, but difficult to master.
Yeah.
But I would also say as well, it's a very technical game in terms of the way that you have to learn how to use the swords and the bow and arrow and what have you.
Yeah, it's not
But
just
also
swinging left
very,
and right. It's
very easy to drop into and play as well. So
Yeah.
it's got that nice combination for me.
Well, we want players to play for a long time, so we have to have nuanced combat.
So 3-1 so far. A good start for Notorious. Just the one kill back from Troy.
Looks like he's backing up. Saw something he didn't like.
And, an absolute monster thwack with that poleaxe. I'm not sure he did a huge amount of damage with it, though. I think that might have been... Oh, that was a
there's
lot of damage,
stun.
though. And now he's going to have to be on the run. They've got two men trying to run towards him. There's an archer down there as well.
I'm quite certain these boys can take them. They have an archer with them.
This could be an interesting little battle. Meanwhile, we've had another kill from Lust, which has made the score 4-1. And, whoa, yeah, the peasant cameraman wanted to try and get through and was kind of blocked by the death by
Emo's going for the kill.
Get a 1v1 inside the barn, up on the walkway. This is a classic piece of medieval jousting. 1 versus 1, now a 2 versus 1. Jesper's coming. Emo's kind of isolated here. Drops down off the ledge. Is he going to bleed out now? He's got to run away quickly and try and bandage himself. And well, referee slightly got in the way there. I'll let you off. There should be some sort of referee punishment for you.
Oh, some DBH coming in. Oh, Notorious, actually.
Yeah, Dandido, meanwhile, has got himself 1 kill. And just outside, Hubble's got himself another one, so 5-2 now the score. Short-range archery, that's not going to work, my friend. You need to go and change and pick up your sword and stand there and fight like a man. That bow and arrow at short range is, well, it's actually very deadly, but if you can get them in the eyes, and you can do that.
You need a little time to prep it, though. You've got to charge your shot, pull the string all the way back. So it's not an insta-fire weapon.
And we're going to see a little bit more of the map now. This is the outskirts of the farm area. Just outside that market square. We've not really seen too much action around here.
No, very centralized over here.
Yeah. Back towards the tavern they'll go, though. The blacksmith to the left-hand side of you as well. So all the medieval...
Oh, no. Where's Hubble going?
That you'd expect as we go back into the marketplace. You'll see there's an arrow sticking out of the knight in shining armour. On the right-hand side, in fact, he's got a whole plethora of arrows in him. One in the bum, one in the front, and one in the side. And that means that he will be hurting very badly right now.
Oh, squad buff just went off by Hybrid.
And surely they're going to chop him down. There's 2 men out there. They're still going head-to-head, look.
Wow, Hubble's really running for it. Where's he going?
I have no idea how he's managed to survive that long, really. He's got 3 of them chasing.
Oh, no,
look,
4.
4th man flanks him on the left-hand side.
He's
and
still
surely
running.
they're going to pick up this one. And somehow he's still surviving. That poleaxe is coming in now as well. And does he go there? No. Unbelievable. 5-3. Emo did actually pick up that frag.
Hybrid and Lust going at it.
This should be a good battle between these 2.
Oh.
There's 2 archers above them as well. They're controlling the high ground. Oh, well, were controlling the high ground. One dropped off the side. And Lust is going to have to...
Oh, he's pulling out those arrows.
Isn't he? So, yeah. Repairing back. So we're down into the last 8 minutes here. It's 5-3 in favour of Notorious. Make that 6-3.
Oh, Dandido goes down.
Fantastic slice.
Hubble's had enough of that rooftop archery.
Lost his shield down there as well. That got taken off. And there's a couple of men jumping down there. Should we join them?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. Look, there we go. Whoa! And spawning in on the captain in that market square. As we watch the
Gonna hide in the cart here.
There's a lot of movement, though, isn't there? There isn't sort of one concentrated area.
No, they're all over the place.
They're quite happy just to fight everywhere. Got a fantastic sword fight going out in the square garden. And Hubble falls to his death. And the gap is currently just at 4. Sundberg has picked up that frag, so they've 6-4 right now. I say frag, it's more like a kill. You know what I mean. Emo is heading back to spawn, though. And that'll give us a 3-kill difference with just 7 minutes remaining. Remember, if Notorious win this one, they will be the first ever War of the Roses DreamHack champion.
Lust is trying to bandage. Poleaxe coming at him strong.
And Troy launching himself at it. With
What's
that
going on
poleaxe.
back in the fields?
Has he got a poleaxe or has he got a mace? I didn't actually see what he'd got in his hands.
No, he does have a poleaxe right now. Brave enough to wield it for the tournament.
I think they're just trying something different, aren't they? They lost that first match quite convincingly in the end after being ahead. And maybe decided they were going to play something a bit different here. We are going to get that fight. It looks very unwieldy, doesn't it? They can't quite land it. Archers are coming in all over the place here, but look at this. They're under attack from the poleaxe-wielding Troy. Running towards 2 of them now, and he has really got them on the run. Pick one.
Yeah, go after him.
Can he flank them, though? No, I don't think he can, so...
Looks like he gave up.
Yeah.
But they're archers. They'll be back with a vengeance.
Yes, they will. 8-6 is the score. Very tight indeed. And now we've got a very big battle in the garden by the tree. And it's Notorious, who look like they might have the slight advantage here. Hubble got 1 man cornered, now he's cornered. And takes a really big blow to the legs, gets one through the midriff. They're now looking fight to fight here. It's sword to sword. And neither of them getting any damage done. And actually, Hubble's now in a bit of trouble. He's got 2 of them. Oh, that's a stunning swipe of the sword.
My goodness.
Goes straight through the neck and gets himself a brilliant kill. Fantastic running, swiping, swooshing shot.
There's some bandaging going on over there. Gonna be back prepared. Where are we going with these guys? Oh!
I think the archer is the target.
Emo's bloodthirsty. Come on, Emo.
Yeah, he's now going to try and sprint into that marketplace. Oh, he just ran straight into a blade, though. And has now got to run away from Lust because surely he's going to be very hurt here. The archer just trying to get out of the way from the market stall. And Lust he sensed blood and is now gone for that bludgeoning underneath the main tree in the market square. He's now coming under fire himself, though. And they did take one man down, which was Troy. So lead extended to 10-6. We're under 5 minutes away from the end of this second map. And Notorious right now controlling it. So at this particular point, Mikhail, would you change things up a little bit if you were DBH? Would you try and change what classes they're playing or any weapon loadouts?
I might go for a few more archers, actually. Try to pull some guys in.
Try and keep
Look at what Notorious is doing. You know, they're trying to fire on, keep the pressure on them from far away.
Yeah, it's interesting. They had the confidence to play with just one archer yesterday, but today, seemingly, they played with one archer early on, and then later in the first map, they ended up with two, and that seemed to help them because they were able to keep the DBH players at some distance, and they've started this second map the same way. And
Yeah,
at the moment, have a 5-point lead. Wow. Yep, so Notorious leading 11-6 then. So we'll just check on the score just to make sure we are calling this the right way. Yeah, so 11-6 to Notorious is the score. And as you can see, 2 men down in those brown fields away from the church means the gap has gone out to 6. Make that 7 now. And Notorious really pushing home the advantage that they have. And
the DBH has got to think of something new.
Celebrating with the launch of the sword in the air.
Maybe we can get some action back on the Mushroom Mound.
Yeah, hasn't seen a lot of that in this second map, has there? Looks like there's 4 men making their way towards that now. I think they've spawned back, so...
all right, they're doing a little bit of regroupage on the spawn point, maybe.
Indeed, I think they've had enough of being defeated in the marketplace. So yeah, they've spawned on the other side of the river in the secondary village.
It's got a nice bed and breakfast, I hear.
They do good eggs. So all the way over the other side of the river, the battle commences once more. Blade versus Blade. There is a couple of archers just to the left-hand side of us right now as we see the archery shots come flying in. There was a double in there from Aussie. 2 in a row from him. Extends the lead of Notorious to 15-7. And as you can hear, the blades hitting blade, steel on steel.
That was a steel on rock right there. Don't break your blade.
That'll blunt it. And the gap now 9.
Missed.
And look at this. Archers trying to take on the knight. And that Scottish sword is a humongous sword. And he's doing a little bit of damage to the archer now. He's actually quite cornered. And, oh, look at that. Stunning arrow to the head. Fantastic arrows. Lovely finish to the game. It is all in vain as far as DBH are concerned because the score is 17-7 and Notorious are going to take this now. With a minute remaining, 10 kills. It's a lot to ask for. And the fake bandage coming in from DBH.
But they got to stay aggressive for pride's sake.
Well, it looked lovely, but it was fairly straightforward. He tried to bandage once before. And the gap goes
Looks
out
like
to
the
10.
sword is broken. He pulled out the horseman's hammer. We can see the sword shattered here on the ground.
It is. And, oh, don't do that.
Don't go too far out of bounds. That's for sure.
Excuse me. Yeah, if you wander off the map, then, yeah, you'll be executed. So you can't do that. So, last 25 seconds then. As I said earlier on, don't go anywhere after this. We've got the prize ceremony coming straight away. And then after the prize ceremony, we will have a world exclusive in War of the Roses. We'll be showing you something no one has ever seen outside of the development team. I'm massively excited by it as well. So we'll see that coming up. Last couple of blade shots coming in. Those last strikes, last few seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a War of the Roses champion, Notorious! 20-9, the final score. And well played to both teams as well. Well played to DVH. Well played to Notorious. Notorious are the winners of the War of the Roses tournament here at DreamHack. The first one that's ever taken place. Milton.
Okay, guys. We're going to start with the unlucky losers, donors by heart. Come up and let's hear it for donors of by heart. Troy, come here, man. Hello again.
Hello.
Well, this didn't go
out
as you
good.
planned.
No?
What are your thoughts about the game?
Well, they played really good. I was underestimating you. Really good, really well played, guys. And it was an overall good game, but we played really bad. We should have practiced more, but it's our own fault, basically.
Yeah.
But it was fun, of course, but should have trained more.
Yeah, well, next time you will be prepared and maybe you take the win then.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to have some nice headsets for you from Plantronics, so if we can get the prizes in, thank you. Let's hear it one more time for donors by heart. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and we would like to welcome you back next time we do this. So, if you just go to the side there. Another really big hand of applause for our winners, Notorious! Team Captain Lust, how do you feel?
Well, really happy with how the game went, obviously. We came here to win and we've done it, so we're very happy, very pleased.
Okay. Did your strategy work out as you planned, or did you improvise?
I mean, the results are evident. They gave us a tough game. I think they went ahead in both maps, so we had to pull it back, and it was definitely tough, but we pretty much stuck to our game plan, and it worked for us.
So you didn't change even after being down?
We didn't change our class setups. We swapped a few things around, but it went well. We stuck to our original plan for the most part.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do with the money?
Spend it on myself, pretty much. Yeah.
Anything in particular?
It's paying for the trip mostly, so...
Oh, nice. That will get you started at least.
Yeah.
We're also going to present you with some great headsets, also
Lovely.
from Plantronics, so congratulations, and let's hear it one more time for Notorious!